is L.E.O TV.
Smith, also known as Q Smitty. You feel me?
Yeah, man.
And all the way here in Birmingham, Alabama, the voice of the South. Chilling with
Yes, sir, man. Proud of you, man.
Thank you, man.
Man, I saw it's a Kiss 98.7. Like, oh, I remember that boy. Man, they doing that thing.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, like, hey, we used to hang out all the damn time, like, do community service together and stuff, man. Yeah, like.
Also getting drunk, but you know.
Yeah, also doing that too, man. Got to do that in between times. Always making some good blue juice. I haven't had blue juice forever, dude.
Man, I was honestly gonna come back down south for homecoming before all this happened, and I was, finally got a little money in my pocket. I was going, we're gonna make the big blue juice bucket this time,
Okay, we're gonna have this stuff from Walmart, man. You're gonna have to pull out the big tubs, man.
Look, I remember my first time making blue juice when we had a budget, and we went to the liquor store, and my line brother Anthony, you had him on too. He gonna go to the bottom shelf. I'm like, no, bro. Get the next shelf up, not the top shelf, but the next shelf.
That's Alex was me, he was saying, man.
Hey man, no, put that Bacardi down. Get that. I can't pronounce that, but get that.
I can't pronounce it.
Yeah, man, good times.
You want me to get it? Okay, I got you. That works. But no, always do that.
Always do that. But yeah, no, man, I appreciate you for having me on here, man. And just with Absolute Dreamers, man, I have this tagline that I always put with everything is dare to dream. And dream is an acronym, which stands for dream big, respect the process, encourage others, answer your calling, and make a change. That's literally the 5 steps to success in this industry from my perspective. You got to dream big. You have to respect that process. You got to encourage others. That's where that gratitude and that attitude comes in. Answer your calling. You can't live for anybody else. I got lucky that my mom knew what I wanted to do head on. She was like, you're going to be a teacher. And I got lucky, but you ultimately have to answer that calling, and then you got to make the change, no matter what the cost is. Because no matter what the cost is, you have to go like head first. Like there's no tentativeness about this. Like you went head first into radio, giving it your all, head first into acting, head first into dentistry, head first into whatever it is you're going to do. You have to put, like Nipsey say, 10 toes down. You got to be in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to be in, man. And you got to, people don't, realize, the sacrifices like I had to make just to be on radio. You know what I'm saying? Like people think, oh, you're just talking on the air. Like, no, like it's deeper than that. We're going to talk about that on another video, where man, there's so many sacrifices that you have to make to the point where you're just like, you know what? It doesn't matter if I had to, I guess drive back and forth every previous day for an hour and a half, in order
right.
to, get on air. Like I did what I had to do, because this is what I need right now, so I have to sacrifice this in order for me to get to where I need to be. So, I mean, I feel like,
right.
Sorry about that. I feel like,
okay.
Man, I'm over here trying to tap the waves and stuff, but nah, bro, I mean, sacrifices are so important, man. Like, people don't realize that.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give something.
Yeah, man. So, I guess not to get too deep into your life, but what's something that you feel like you had to sacrifice in order to be an actor or, to get into filming?
Comfortability. That's the easiest question I think you've asked today, man. Because you look back on the journey, I gave up comfortability. When I was in Atlanta, I was doing great, young, successful, was doing my thing, worked at Bank of America, and as soon as I came out here, I gave that comfortability up to be where I wanted to be. Literally, first year, lost my place where I was living, lost my car. I had to sacrifice that comfortability, which came from having income, just to put myself in a place where I needed to be. Income then came from me putting myself in the right places. I then started getting serious about the craft, submitting daily, finding little gigs to do that paid the bills. Shout out to Sean Vanderwilt. That dude right there is a freaking godsend. And when I tell you, when I met Sean 2 years later, he honestly is helping people in the entertainment industry pay their bills. He's
Word.
giving us little gigs to do and then put you in a place where you can be successful. It's people like that that really help out. But like giving up that comfortability is what really put me in the position to say, okay, time to get my ish together. You know, because you 10 seconds away from being on the street.
Damn.
You know, poverty's right around the corner when you really are giving it, because that's the thing. It's like gambling. It's like any other industry where anything that matters, you got to give up something. You got to take that risk to get that reward. So the reward is never working another day in your life. The risk is you living on the streets.
That's right. You don't want to do that. Yeah, so
You don't want to do that.
gotta get uncomfortable for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta look ugly. You know.
Gotta embrace the uncomfortability, because it's like, man, if you don't, you're gonna regret it, man. Cause
You're gonna regret it. And that's the thing, man. So back on Self-Reliant from Ralph Waldo Emerson, this quote right here, it really galvanized me when I heard this at Rich's, man. It's a piece from Self-Reliant. It literally says, a man should learn to detect and watch the gleam of light which flashes across his mind from within, more than the luster of firmament of bards and sages. Yet he dismisses without notice his thought because it is his. In every work of genius we recognize our own rejected thoughts. They come back to us with a certain alienated majesty. Like, you can't not listen to yourself, because you will regret it, and it's gonna come back to you like a ghost, bro.
that's fact.
It's gonna come back and haunt you, man. You have to listen to yourself. I see you, LB. Yeah, LB just popped up in here.
Hollywood, what up? Nola Savage, man. What it do, man?
Yeah, man.
Man, Ralph Waldo Emerson, man. Like, he actually had some amazing quotes in that book, man. Like, I believe one of mine was, nothing can bring you peace but yourself. Nothing can bring you peace but the triumph of principles. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my favorite from Self-Reliance, man. I feel like if you guys haven't, checked that out, man, make sure y'all check out that book, Self-Reliance by Ralph Waldo Emerson, man. Very beautiful stuff, man. And I feel like that's very important. Like, in order to find that peace, you have to get uncomfortable, man.
You really do.
What's one of the craziest moments that you've experienced in LA? Talk to us about that. I want to hear about something crazy.
Being butt naked in front of Beyonce. In front of Beyonce and Jay-Z.
What the fuck? Yo, wait a minute, yo. You said being butt naked in front of Beyonce and Jay-Z. Yo, that's fucking crazy, dog. That's crazy right there.
So of course, I'm a student at Richard Lawson's studio, and he is married to Miss Tina Knowles Lawson, and they have a yearly gala called the Wearable Art Gala, and I signed up to be a volunteer to help out, and then I was notified that no, you're going to be a model. I was like, okay, cool. So I get to the fitting, and Miss Tina, love her to death, tells me, baby, I got something special for you. And then one of my friends starts giggling. I'm like, why y'all giggling? They already know. They're like, you finna be naked. We finna see you. I'm like, what? So the theme of the gala that year was Lion King, because, of course, Beyonce was starring in Lion King. So they fitted me in a sarong. And I don't know if you know what a sarong is, like a loincloth.
Like, is that like a I don't know, like a.
It's a loincloth, brother. They had me. So what the initial thing was, me and a sister model would be dressed in a matching sense. We would then throw pedals at Beyonce's feet, and as she walked in, we get to the venue, which is almost an hour with traffic away from where the studio where we got fitted was, and come to find out, they forgot the models, the lady models outfit. So I then had to be by myself in the activation, where I'm saying everybody who's who, Little Rel, everybody, Tiffany Haddish, all of them are now looking at me and asking a question: why is this dude naked? It didn't make sense anymore because she wasn't there. As my mom said, I had a piece of cloth on, a very tiny piece, literally front and back. That's all it was.
You had the Adam and Eve going on, okay?
I definitely had the Adam and Eve going on. Little Rel literally told me, "Hey, bro, I don't want your snake to fall out. I need you to move." So, he literally was like, "I need you to move. My kids are here." Anyway, I'm on a break, and I just took a walk around. What'd you say?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm on a break, and I'm taking a walk around, and the media's going crazy. They're like, "All right, Beyonce's on the way. Beyonce's on the way," and I'm just taking a break. And I'm being nosy as well. I'm trying to catch a glimpse because, everybody wants to see the queen. I hit the corner, and all I hear is, ah, and I turn, and it's Jay-Z. He's like, ah.
That's the funniest thing.
Oh my God, he wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting it. I'm literally naked and afraid at this point, and I'm just looking like, oh my God. And Jay-Z's tall, man. He's a tall dude. I was not expecting. I'm just like, oh. And then Beyonce just looks over. She's getting snapped up, and she just looks and.
Oh, man, so it paused real quick. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hold on. What happened?
Oh, no. Like, Beyonce looked over, giggled, and at that point, I'm just like, okay. Didn't say nothing, turned around and walked away. I was like, I can't. This is not how I wanted to meet them.
Wow, that's very awkward. But dang, yo, that's crazy though, because you were right there beside Jay-Z and Beyonce. Like, so what's going to happen when you meet him again? Hey, I was that naked guy that was right beside.
That happens so many times. I'm telling you, auditions. I go into rooms. People like, hey, were you at the Where Bar Gala? Yes. You were the naked guy. Yes, I was the naked guy. Yes. It happens.
That's your nickname, naked guy. Wow.
It happens, but I mean, it's things like that, the conversation breakers, and honestly, it happens. Like I ended up working or got casted for a project that didn't end up happening with Little Rel, and the person who was casting was like, "Yeah, I think he does remember you. You were naked or something like that." I was like, "Yeah, okay."
Yo, that's crazy.
Look, whatever gets you remembered, whatever keeps you in the back of their minds.
Man,
hopefully it's not that, but you got to take it.
That's so messed up. Like, wow, that's a crazy story. I can only imagine. So, you basically, with you being in L.A., you probably attended, a crazy amount of events and parties. Like, what's the craziest party you've been to in L.A.?
I mean, besides the Wearable Art Gala, so when I came out here, I made a promise to my best friend that I wouldn't party. Mom plugging that I wouldn't party as much unless it was the purpose. So being the fact that I did hang out with a PR agent, they will always invite me to things. So I'd probably say the craziest party I went to, I'd probably say Travis Scott's birthday, after he had the Astro World concert, and Dance Battle Dan Rue. Had a whole bunch of fun. Shadigi was there. No, I take that back. BET Awards last year. Did a little activation for them, which we're actually nominated for a Shorty right now. So if y'all could go and upvote that for the Shorty Awards. We had a party on a train where everybody came through. It was awesome, partying with Rick Ross, partying with Shadigi again, Dan Rue, all those cats. My crush got on there. This is incriminating, but no, my crush, Doja Cat.
Doja Cat. That's my
Yeah,
that's what
yeah. Doja Cat got on the train, and I was just like, but it was a good time. My mom was there, watched the whole thing. She was in the booth where they were editing everything, and I was just like, Lord, forgive me. But
That's crazy,
it was
man.
a good.
So did you tell Doja Cat that you were the naked guy?
No. No. We
That's
don't talk
something
about
you have to keep to yourself with Doja Cat, man.
that. Yeah, no. No, but it was a great time, man. But like I said, we're nominated for a Shorty, which is amazing that
Yeah.
something like that can be nominated for an award. So that's pretty awesome.
That's
But
congratulations, man.
I appreciate that, man. But and that's just freaking divine intervention, bro. Right place, right time. Was at an audition, the open casting call for BET with Robbie Reed, and a brother who I've known for years from Atlanta happened to be working for BET that year, and he noticed me. He's like, "What you doing here?" I'm like, "Audition." And he goes, "All right, when you get done with your audition, what number are you?" I'm like, 493. He said, "Damn." He picked me up, and my mom pushed us to the front. I end up skipping all these people, do my audition. Robbie Reed literally videotaped me, kept me down, wrote my name down, and he goes, "All right, we got to go shoot a commercial. You're in it." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're doing a commercial, an activation commercial for the Soul Train Awards. It's going to air during the BET Awards. It's going to air during BET Awards, and you're going to be in it." I was like, "Say
Oh,
less." So we literally go from that audition to him taking me there. He throws me in, and now we're sitting here looking at a nominated Shorty short film.
yo, that's crazy, man. That's so stuff like that happens a lot, huh? Where like you're just kind of thrown into something. Where it could be something big, and you didn't even realize that you were just randomly thrown in there.
It just happens, man. You always have to say yes. I take that back. You say yes when it makes sense.
But it makes sense. I agree with you, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Say yes when it makes sense. Yeah, man. Shout out to my boy Peter Parker. Yes, and PY Bits, man. This is some amazing jewels you're giving out tonight, Tomás, man. I really appreciate you for staying on, man. Got a couple more questions for you. So with you being an actor, and you've been through some crazy stuff already. You look like Adam in front of Jay-Z and Beyonce. What's something that you say that you that you dislike about acting or just the industry itself?
Nothing, man. Honestly, to say that I dislike, there's nothing about this industry, there's nothing about this life that I don't like. I mean, I love this. The good, the bad, the ugly. I love it, man. I love everything about it. I mean, it's the ugly that creates the character. It's the good that teaches you how to appreciate. I was just watching The Core last night. Terrible movie now. I look back on it, but I loved it as a kid. Watching The Core, but one of the main actors had a really dope quote, and he was telling Hilary Swank. He goes, "The reason why you're not where you want to be is because you're a winner." And she's like, "What do you mean by that?" It's because you're a winner. Real leaders know how to lose. They know how to appreciate those losses. The reason why you're not where you want to be is because you've never lost. So for me, having had losses in this industry, I can appreciate the wins. So in a sense, like I love the good, the bad, and the ugly. I love every single piece of which is part of respect in the process. So there's nothing about the industry I don't love.
That's powerful. That was a powerful quote. Like you never lost. Like how can you be a winner if you never lost?
Yeah, like you can't lead people through tough times and in situations if you never lost. If you wouldn't know what to do in that situation.
Man, that's sad, man. And you lost a lot. And it's crazy how we're talking about all this stuff and it's tying into each other. Like we talk about sacrifices, talking about from when you first started to where you are right now. Like it's just beautiful how everything is just coming into plan. So what's for somebody out there who is interested in moving to LA, becoming an actor, or pursuing their dreams, what advice would you give to them and why?
What advice I would give them? I would tell them what I said at the beginning: dare to dream. I would tell them to dream big, respect the process, encourage others, answer the calling, and make the change. And if you honestly answer those 5 questions for yourself, like, what is my dream? That's the first thing you need to make sure you know, which is a part of the absolute dreamer's mentality. You have to get down to your core and find out what it is. If I would give them advice, I was thinking answer those questions before you come here, because it'll save yourself so much time. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to absolve you from trials and tribulation. No, because you need those in order to grow. But it could save you some time. It could give you that leg up. Like, answer that question, hone in, know what you want to do, know what you want to be, and go for it full steam. You'll get right to it. You know, you'll get there, but you have to believe in it. You have to answer those questions, and you have to do the work.
Man, the one and only Tomás, ladies. Give it up, bro. I had to do that. I wanted to do that shit, man. I always felt like I had my own little TV show like Steve Harvey or something.
Right.
So.
It's coming, bro. This medium, what you're doing right here, man, that's awesome, bro. Keep it up, because it's coming. Like, the radio show is gonna take off. Everything's gonna take off when you do the work. You know, stuff like this, that is the work, man.
Appreciate that, man. That means a lot, man. So, man. And so what was it like meeting Steve Harvey, man?
I mean, just being on his radar 4 times in a row. I mean, shout out to Producer Girl for Life on Instagram. Keep calling me back for the show. I did Steve Harvey show 3 times. You know, well, 4 times technically. I mean, dude's he called me back personally the 2nd time. So like that just having that energy around you, and he's a cool dude. I went to I got invited by Sora to his wife's she has a foundation. They had a dinner and got invited to that, and just the energy that he brings around him, just the people. Like, he really is an amazing dude. Like, this with him and losing the show, it's all politics, but I mean, at the end of the day, he's a good dude. He's an amazing dude who really just does want to see people be great. And he really is Uncle Steve. He's gonna give you some knowledge. He's gonna drop some nuggets.
You know what I mean? Steve's in the building, man. Like, yeah, man. That's amazing to be around those types of legends like that. So, like, we've been having some fun times in Atlanta, man. What's the most fun place that you've been to in LA?
Ooh, damn.
Ooh, yeah.
It's different. It's different out here, man. You gotta be open to having, like, you know, white people kind of fun out here. Let's little bit, you know, because that's what black people do out here. They do white people shit. But, like, I don't know, man. The best and most fun I've ever had in LA has been at brunch, man.
Okay.
Like, the LA brunch scene is different. They lit, bro. Like, it feels like Atlanta a little bit. I mean, that probably might be what it is. Like, they brought that out here, but, like, I don't know, man. Something about brunch in LA is like it's a little bit different. They do it a little different.
Man, I love brunch anyway, man. So it's like I would love to have brunch out there in LA, man. Have some mimosas turned up, bottomless mimosas.
Bottomless mimosas. Go to Little Easy. There's a New Orleans restaurant downtown called Little Easy, and yeah, they'll get you right.
Yeah, so the South brought that flavor over there, huh?
You know, that's what we do.
Man, yeah, I heard the Southerners are definitely praised over there to a certain extent.
Oh, look at Hollywood, man. Look at most of Black Hollywood is people from the South.
Jamie Foxx, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yes, sir.
Tyler Perry, you know,
right. Just keep going down the list.
Keep going down the list. That's dope, man. That's dope. And so that's crazy you said that because you know, Drake. You know, live in the Bay. He even said that, man. He said partying out there is kind of different, man. It's like
it's different.
It's a different lifestyle.
Oh, yeah, both sense of that. You're like, oh, you're doing drugs. Okay.
Yeah. He was like, hey, man, they'll pull out the white girl real quick. Let you know.
Like, oh, you're putting that in your nose. Oh, no, I'm good.
You want to party? Okay, let's party, dude.
Yeah, I had to learn the hard way that when they say they're ordering pizza, they're not getting food.
Really?
Yeah, it was really weird. They're like, everybody gets a pizza. I was like, oh, cool, let me get some cheese and pineapple. No, bro, we're getting pizza. I'm like, who came up with that? What does that even mean?
We're gonna get a pizza Coke.
I guess. I mean, when you get some Parmesan or something, like
Like a piece of cheese, like I don't know, like
get
you
pizza.
get cheese or pie.
In what world is pizza code for Coke? Like,
Wow, that's different. I've never heard that before.
threw me off. I never want to eat out when we go and party. Like, everybody's like, we get something good. We got food at home.
Man,
Mm-mm.